Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Coffee with Carlson. Today is April the 12th. Couple more days till not really the deadline this year because they moved it, but we'll get into that in a second. Wanted to say thank you for joining me. Sorry for the delayed stream this morning. I know that many of you really enjoy the show to lull you into a mid-morning nap. So if that's you, set your coffee down so you don't drop it when you fall asleep, and let's get started. Today, I want to give some general updates about what's going on, some of the changes, and let you know that next week probably going to be on vacation, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna hop on or not, but I'll let you know before Monday morning, or maybe right around 5 minutes to 8. And to be honest, this morning I actually was at my desk at the house doing some tax returns, was being very productive from about 5:15 until I hopped in the shower to come here. And I turned the webcam on while I was sitting there and thought, wouldn't it be funny for me just to do this quick show in my pajamas? And I turned the camera on just to test how it looked, and I looked pretty bad. So, being the person who likes to look nice, I decided, I don't want to look that bad this morning. Although I looked exactly like I did in Jessica's story yesterday when she snuck in and started filming me, and I didn't know it. Good morning, Joanne. Thank you for joining me. All right, so today I'm just going to take a few minutes and give you a few updates. So April 15th is Thursday. But this year, the IRS and Congress moved the date. They didn't extend it. They moved it from April 15th to May 17th. So there are no tax returns due. No individual tax returns are due April the 15th. They also moved the payment date from April 15th to May 17th if you owe taxes with your 2020 tax return. That does not mean that you won't get penalties and interest charged to you if you were required to make estimated tax payments during the year of 2020. So if you think you're going to owe tax, I would probably, or if you already know you owe tax, I would probably go ahead and pay that as soon as possible just to stop the penalties and interest that are already accruing due to the estimated tax payment penalties that could be accruing from last year. So get those out as quickly as possible. Now, one crazy thing that kind of messed up last year, and they have some discussion about changing this, but the estimated tax payment due date is still April 15th. So if you have an estimated tax for 2021, it must be paid by April 15th. If you haven't, if your 2020 tax return is not completed yet, because it's in my queue and I'm working as hard as possible, or it's in someone else's queue because I know all my counterparts around downtown are working diligently, just like the rest of us. If your tax return is not due yet, my suggestion would be to go online and go ahead or print a coupon 1040 ES for 2021. Go ahead and pay whatever your payment was for last year. It makes it easier on you. You go ahead and get a first payment in, and it makes it easier on your preparer, and you can make any adjustments to it on the next three payments. But at least you get something in to stop those penalties. So if you have the opportunity, go ahead and do that. I have nobody watching this morning. That makes me, maybe you'll catch up later because I know it's late now. Everybody's at work. So if you catch up later, that's the deal with those tax returns. What other updates? A couple of other updates I just want to throw out at you. A couple of things have been updated now. We were waiting on the IRS to update two big changes that they made to 2020 taxes. One of them is the unemployment compensation, tax-free unemployment compensation up to $10,200. That has been updated, and we can process those now. We were holding several of those. Also, the other thing that was updated was the premium tax credit. The Congress made that you don't have to pay that back if your advanced premium tax credit was higher than what you should have gotten. The IRS issued some preliminary guidelines last week, but the software, not all of the software companies have updated their software to be able to handle it. So the way that flows is Congress debate, goes to the president signs, goes to the IRS takes 500-page bill, tries to figure out what to do with it. Then once they're done and they tell us what to do with it and give us some instructions, they send that official notice out to all the major software manufacturers. They go through their process of trying to update and get that handled so that they can, so that we can process them without having to try and work around it, which I know a lot of people were doing, just putting some sort of a credit down. But those calculations affect other things, earned income credits, taxability of qualified dividends and capital gains. So it's a good idea to wait until it's updated so that all the forms and calculations are right. And some of us double check those when they come in. But you want to wait until those are finalized to get them in. So if you did have an advanced premium tax credit, we may be holding on to your return until those final guidelines are initiated. I know I had one the other day. It was just a small amount, but hey, if we can save you $100, we're going to wait and save you the $100. So it's worth waiting, especially since the due date has been moved to May 17th. I know a lot of people out there don't even know that the due date was moved. So those things have been updated. I can't think of anything else really big. Oh, the Small Business Administration did send a notice out last week or the week before about Economic Injury Disaster Loan Program, stating that they were just doing a short, I believe it was 1 quarter worth of loan to help you keep going. They have extended that now to 24 months. So there's an opportunity for you to get additional funds through the SBA, through the Economic Injury Disaster Loan Program. If you haven't done that yet, there was an email that they sent out to everyone that already had that loan, and it had specific instructions on all you have to do is respond to that email, and that would get the process started. I know I had one client email me yesterday telling me that they had problems. The email kept getting rejected. I'm going to see if I can copy and send that in for her today to maybe get that rolling. But if you haven't gotten one of those, you might want to pull out your documentation, maybe the last bill that you got from them for that loan. Contact the SBA and ask them how you get on the list to get those additional funds to move you forward. The other thing that I got a client right now calling I should put them on live. The other thing that they changed a couple weeks ago was the payroll protection program to allow independent contractors or those with a Schedule C to use gross income, not net income, to calculate your payroll protection loan. So if you're a Schedule C filer or an independent, which is typically an independent contractor, you can potentially apply for one of those that you may not have qualified for previously. I know I talked to several and I've already applied and gotten funding for a couple. I had told them to apply and they've already gotten funding. So if you need assistance with that, give us a holler. I'm going to go ahead and cut it loose now so I can get back down to my desk and get some tax returns out. And I think I even have 4 or 5 appointments this morning. So I want to give those clients plenty of time in between. If we haven't gotten your tax return yet, we're working diligently. All those that came in prior to April 1st will most likely be done by Wednesday afternoon. But again, the due date has been moved. So I'm going to try and get them all done if I can. And so that I can take off and relax for a couple of days over on the coast. So thank you very much for joining me. If you need to get in contact with us, please contact Carlson Accounting downtown on South Commerce at 863-382-4141, or check us out on the web at carlsonaccounting.com. You can even schedule an appointment right there. Just click. That doesn't work for me. I'm not sure how to do that. Click the button to schedule an appointment. It'll put you on my calendar, and we'll see you when you come in. We can do online, virtual meetings, phone meetings, in-person meetings, whatever works best for you. We'll try and make it work. We definitely will not be scheduling any new meetings for the rest of this week, just so we can concentrate on getting the returns that are already out done. And I will be gone through next Wednesday. So you can still shoot me an email, call the office, and set up a meeting for after that. And we'll still have plenty of time to get them in. And if you don't think you're going to get all of your return information ready by May 17th, let us know that too, so we can file an extension for you. Thank you very much. As always, have a fantastic morning. And thank you for joining me on Coffee with Carlson.